out of ICU 3 weeks later after having COVID, my cousin. So COVID is really real in my world, up close and personal. And yet I'm still going to stay here before you saying, this is the best time to be alive ever. If you own a business or you're a salesperson, get excited. The world just opened up for you. And I'm going to share the mindset, skill set, and strategy you need to adopt and master to capitalize on what I just said. So let me know in the chat, how did I do about being general, telling you I've been there, done that I know how personal this pandemic is and I understand the pain. And it still is available for you to have your best year ever in your life, to transition your business, probably to be stronger than it was before, even if you don't know what that looks like right now. And really the only thing you need to remember from what I'm sharing today, if you choose to, is decide, act, otherwise just do it, adjust. Those are the 3 commands, orders I have for you today, and I'll break them down and tell you why they're so great and why you should listen to them. Decide, do, adjust. That's it. That's it. You want to make it through the pandemic. You want to end up on the other side, right as rain. You want to have a happier life, stronger business, be part of the new order that's leading to change. Decide, act, adjust, rinse and repeat. And I'm going to talk about what you need to decide, what you need to do, and where the adjustments need to be. And that's going to be the topic of this conversation. So decide what? For me, for what I'm sharing in my communities, is decide, you have to make a decision about one thing. One thing. Everything you do from this point forward is going to come from what I'm sharing with you now. Whatever you thought you had to do, whatever you had on your list to do prior to the pandemic, the script has been flipped. It's been ripped up. It's gone. Just understand that. You don't have to believe that. Just understand that. The only thing now to do is make a decision. And it's probably the most important decision of your life. It's going to be your defining moment. You need to, and there is no wrong answer. There is no wrong answer, but you need to make a decision. You are either going to become the change or you're going to wait for the change. I'll say that again. I think it's worth repeating, right, Nancy? You're either going to decide to become the change or wait for the change. There is no in between in a pandemic. Okay, and I wish you well either way. I am surrounding myself and educating people who want to become the change. Because the people who become the change are going to create the change and lead others through the change. If you decide to wait for the change, there's nothing to do, just wait, see what you get, suck it up then. Hopefully it's what you wanted. If it's not, too bad, so sad, okay? I'm sure there's the goodies on that side of the fence. I'm not going there, so I can't tell you what they are, but I always know once a decision is made, inspiration comes. I'm just telling you where I'm going and where this conversation is going. But you have a decision to make. You're at a crossroads. And you don't have to worry about the how. You don't have to worry about, well, what do I do first and second? The only thing you need to decide, which feels better for me, to become the change or wait for the change. And in that decision, inspiration and instructions come. Always, in all ways. Now, people decided before, but we had more room and comfortability pre-pandemic to ponder, to tinker, to think about it, to work on it. Yeah, all gone. Well, that was the code, Kim. Hang the code. Got wiped away. Coronavirus. Now, the neat thing is, first time ever, the entire globe is experiencing the same thing at the same time. Never in world known history has the entire globe been affected by the same, not even World War II or World War I. Countries were not part of that. The entire globe has been affected by this one event. For the first time in history, we're all going through it together. And it's the people and the countries who decide to become the change who are going to lead the change. Now, you need to decide who you're going to be. You can't control the government. You can't control, we're already seeing you can't control your neighbors. Can't control the government. You can't control anything, but you can control you. So for step number one of this talk is, step number one, decide. And you have my love and respect either way. Become the change or wait for the change. Instructions are different. Either side. You won't get the instructions until you decide. Okay, it's not like Mission Impossible. You know, if you decide, I don't know if they get the same thing as like, you know, if you decide to take this assignment, you'll get the instructions. If not, it'll just self-construct in 5 seconds. You got to make the decision to get the goodies. So myth number one, there is such a thing as, well, let me think about it. Let me kind of wait for something to show up before I decide. No. You decide first, it shows up after. If you're waiting to see it, to believe it, good luck. You're waiting for the change. Let me know how that works out for you. I'm going this way. Okay? So decide. Why should you decide? Because when you decide, you cut off any other option. We're in wartime now. Take the hill. My dad is a history. He was a voracious reader. He's a very highly intelligent genius, but he was a printer and he used to read everything that came through. Sotheby's, Reader's Digest, Wired. He literally consumed everything. It was like having a library all day. And he used to always talk to me. He loved history. He lived in the library as a kid, and he'd give me like General MacArthur, Napoleon, and there was some famous guy that said, take the hill. Don't worry about me. Don't look back. Take the hill. And then some of you are history buffs, the one that burnt the bridge, you said, you want to go home? Forward. Can't go back. I burnt the bridge. We got to go forward. We got to win this war to go forward. Wartime. Just make a decision. The good news about making a decision, there's a lot of power in decision making. You're all looking for the superpower. Look inside. Everything you need to succeed is inside of you. Always was. Kind of like Dorothy. Click your heels. I know some of you guys are going, I don't think I look good in red sequin shoes. Well, guess what? They're not sequin for you. But your power, your ruby slippers are in your ability to decide. Once you decide, you get information. You get inspiration. The how comes always, in all ways. Doesn't always look the way you think it should, but it comes. People who struggle wait for the how or focus on the how before they decide. Squish like grape in wartime. You got away with it before, ain't gonna work now. So decide what you're gonna be. The change, or you're gonna wait. And there's pros and cons to both, so I'm not gonna go into that. I'm telling you where I'm going and where this conversation is going. However, I want you to know there are goodies on the other side. I just don't know what they are because I have not made that decision. And there will be. Now, so you've decided to become the change. Awesome. Now you have to make the next decision because life is just a series of decisions, actions, adjustments. Decisions, actions, adjustments. And I'll tell you how that is governed in a minute. But basically the next decision is, are you going to be a leader, a manager, or a doer? A leader, a manager, or a doer. All are exceptional. They all have differences. And if you get them confused, muchos problemas for you and the company that you built or the company that you work for. There was always a problem when people confused it. But if you choose what one is right for you, you'll have a really incredible, inspirational time. If you get them confused, it might be a little bumpy. Leaders lead, managers manage, doers do. Leaders lead, create the vision, and lead, move it forward. Managers manage the process. Once the leader leads, starts to take action, and the people, logistics and people. Because as the leader leads, they're busy leading. Who's going to manage all the logistics? Things just don't happen, right? The leader can start the action, but if it's big enough, it needs a team. Who's going to manage the team? The managers. And managers manage. Any manager who's doing is not managing really well. So we need capable Doers. I think we call them employees. People who understand the vision, who like working as a part of a team. They don't like to go solo. They like to work part of a team, and they really give their heart and soul to a good leader. They will follow a capable manager. They will do the work, and they will do it right and better than anybody else. So these are the three positions. Once you become the change, you will not see these three options though until you decide where you are. I'm talking about what shows up when you decide to become the change. Like I said, I'm not going the other way, so I don't know about that. Maybe we can have a speaker on that. Once you make a decision to be the change, your next decision is leader, manager, doer. You know who you are. You just do. If you felt you were being held back prior, maybe because of education or rules, hear me, I'll say it again, the script has been flipped. Everyone's equal now. I don't care about your education. I don't care about your experience. Those who can lead will be recognized as the new leaders. Those who can manage will be recognized as the new managers. And everyone will choose by your actions. You will be judged by your decisions and your actions, not your pedigree, not your resume. Because a lot of what you were known for probably doesn't exist now. It don't matter. You're still you. Decide who you want to be. Lead forward, be visible in that way, you will get the results. Does this make sense to everybody? This is a good chance to pause, ask questions, see who I riled up, see who I ticked off, see who was like, oh my God, I'm really liking this. This is more than I thought I was getting for my half hour. Where are you guys landing with what I'm saying to you? I'm gonna look in the chat. Anybody want to take off the mute? All right, we all good? Nothing, you guys don't have anything, you want to say anything? Okay, you're still here.
I'll just say one thing, Kim, this is Tom. Many of us are running a one-person operation, so they're leaders, managers, and doers, all in one.
Nope. Sorry, boss, I'm gonna challenge you. General Genie is gonna challenge you. You pick the one you are.
Okay.
Follow that. Now, so now comes the next is you have to choose. Okay, so I'm going to challenge that, Tom. If you're in your own business, you better be a leader. Or if you're a doer, go hire a leader or a manager. There's no time. Okay, so here's the myth that I'm sorry I got to bust for everybody. If you're a business owner, you're a leader. Unless you bought a business that has employees, you're a leader. If you think you're not, General Genie here, Success Sergeant is long gone. The softer side of Genie is gone. I want you guys to make it. And like I said, there's goodies on both sides. And there's places in the new world for everybody. So you can decide to be the change and be a doer. You can decide to be the change and be a manager. You can decide to be the change and be a leader. But hear my heart, and I have 20 years of experience being entrepreneurial, meaning making my own paycheck, through car accidents, through a $3 million embezzlement, through a concussion that left me unable to really talk except for my business brain worked, my conversational didn't for 2 years, 2018 till now. I'm just starting to get back my brain. Made 6 figures through all of it. So that's my credibility to be so tough with you. If you're a business, the mom and pops who think I got to do everything, you're not going to make it. Go get a job. Go pick your next leader and get a managerial job or get paid well for your ability to do. Seriously, those of us who are going to lead need you. We'll scoop you up in a heartbeat. And if any of you grew your business in a recession like I did, I started in the recession of 1999. No credit, no degree, no one even knew what a coach was. And I was going to make it happen, and I did. In a pandemic, there is no cush. Let me find myself. Let me do everything. Let me figure it out as I go. Hell no. We're in wartime. We're in wartime. Your business has been permanently affected. What is there to do? You need to lead, make money, and get people on board. That's a full-time job. So let me clarify what businesses is. If you're a business owner, you're leading what? sales generation, client generation. That's it. You don't do that, there's nothing to do. Before the pandemic, this is what I heard. Oh, but how am I going to have time to sell? I got to do client delivery. How many clients you got? And I'd hear the answer. How much money you make in a month? Not enough. My point there. Now, if you are the talent, Tom, you are the talent, like Kim, I'm the talent. I'm the Michael D'Angelo. Great. Then if you're the best, then you need to hire a leader and a salesperson. And when it gets too big, a manager. Now, the old way of thinking, I can do everything I myself, because I don't, why would you do everything yourself? Because I don't have the money. That's a mindset issue. So there's 3 things that you guys need to master during a pandemic. First of which is your mindset. And you need to choose the mindset you feel would best serve you and your business. Mindset of a leader, mindset of a manager, mindset of a doer. Only one. And then choose to invest in the other 2 when the time comes. I'll make it real simple. If you're going to make it, sorry, General Genie, those of you guys who knew me before, I know it's like, what the hell got into this woman? A global pandemic got into this woman. The passion to help hundreds, if not thousands of entrepreneurs lead the change. Because of what I'm telling you, even the big guys don't believe right now because they don't know how to do it. We do. We do. And anybody who is an entrepreneurial leader knows what I'm talking about. So there's a part of you who knows what I'm talking about. You might not like what I'm saying to you, but honest to God truth, this is what I'm teaching my clients. This is what I'm teaching my community. And those who are doing it are rocking it. And they're like, oh my God, life is so much simpler. I'm like, I know, right? You choose. Now, does a leader sometimes need to roll up its sleeves and help the team? Absolutely. But it always knows it's leading. There might be moments that you, like as a leader, you know you're shifting into management because that's what needs to be done. And a leader who won't roll up his sleeves when it needs to be, that's not a leader. But if the leader is constantly in the doing mode, who's leading? If we're leading and doing and there's no manager, then there's like a lot of chaos. I'm like, oh, I don't understand you. I'm like, why aren't you doing what I want? There's a lot of friction. So you need to go find your avatar for leadership and manager. For me, whether politics aside, I'm loving Governor Cuomo right now. To me, he is showing what leadership looks like, and he knows when he's leading and when he's managing. And he knows the difference. And he is putting a whole team around him. He even said, he goes, a reporter asked him, like, what are you doing? He goes, my job is not to do that. My job is to lead and manage to make sure that gets done. But why are you asking me a doing question? Who's the doer on the team? He goes, let the doers. I don't know that stuff. He goes, I don't have time to know that stuff. You don't want me knowing that stuff. You just have to ask me, is it getting done? Let me look at my list because I'm managing everything. He's very personable. He's not giving opinions. He's giving the facts because he understands that he can't control 20 million New Yorkers. He said it. He goes, I can't. You think I could enforce anything as a leader? He's saying, do you think I could really enforce anything? No. I feel strongly, and I believe that if I give everyone the facts, everyone could make their own decision about the facts, but we all have to have the same set of facts, and people will do the right thing because we're a community. And he gets the brightest and best, and he says, okay, I'm leading. Who's going to do? You're doing. Who's going to manage all this? This is big. And he keeps on setting forth the expectation and leads. How can you do that in your business? That's the question you need to be asking yourself. And you have to think from the end, how big do you want your business to be? Right now, make the decision. You're going to stay small, and that's how you're going to do it. And maybe me, myself, and I can shift off jobs. But if you're going to go beyond yourself, you want to create opportunities. You want to create positions for doers and managers. You can't be playing this game of eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one should I let go? You got to lead. You got to move forward, and then you attract your tribe. How do you do that? Decide. I'm going to be small, small, me, myself, and I. and going to rock it? Or no, I'm going to grow. And I'm going to attract the best managers, the best leaders, or the best doers. Because sometimes I worked for a guy who couldn't lead silent prayer up front. Like he couldn't do sales, couldn't do it. So introverted, 3.5 years, he'd only talk to me through intermail. We didn't even have intermail at the time, it was brand new. I'd have a conversation, it's like, I can't talk to you. And then he'd be like giving me a whole email. He was so introverted. He built our whole company from like his father's kitchen table. And when we finally had a office, like a whole suite, he stayed in the back room and would lead from behind. It was amazeballs, but he knew what he was not. So he hired 10 of us to go do what he couldn't do. And he did his best not to aggravate us, although he did, but to do, because he couldn't do it. And he knew that, and he didn't try. And that's why he was so successful and built a company where he could, take off and be on his boat and make money from the boat, because he knew we were leaders, we were sales leaders, and we were doers. We were great stewards of his business. We ran it better in a lot of ways than him. So you can be successful as a doer, as a leader, as a manager, but if you're a business owner, you need to have somebody at the helm all the time leading. Leading what? Sales. A company without sales does not exist. You don't have clients coming in the door every single month. No disrespect, you don't have a business. I don't know what it is, but it's not a business. Well, I want that. Great. Manage 3 things. Your mindset, your skill set, and strategy. I've already given you the strategy. Decide, do, adjust. Decide, do, adjust. Decide what? You got a business or a hobby? You got a business or a ministry? All's good, you can't confuse them. I got a business, great. Decide how much sales you need a month, or how many clients you want a month. Got done, General. Go do it. Go do what? Go get the clients. I don't know the how, you didn't decide then. You didn't decide. Decide you're getting clients, I promise you. Deciding, you'll get creative. You know what? I've decided I need to call Kim. I've decided I'm going to do a live. I've decided I'm going to ask my existing clients what they want next from me. Yeah, I've decided I don't know how to do that. Who do I call? I call somebody. That's whatever. It just comes, but not until you decide. So if you're a business, decide how many clients a month you need or want, how much revenue you need or want. Decide, and then just go do one thing in alignment with that action. One thing, boom. Get some feedback, adjust, you liked it, do it again. If you find yourself not taking action, if you find yourself, I decided, now I want to throw up, or I decided, now the laundry looks good, you got a mindset issue. Go no further, you got a mindset issue. Got a mindset issue. So the best thing I can tell you to decide on that is be willing to take a look at your thoughts. Because this is how money gets made and how the mind actually works. The mind operates from a feeling of certainty, which is called a belief. Your brain actually stores beliefs in the back of your head, literally, the back of the brain. And whatever you believe about money, about business, about whatever, creates your reality. So if you're seeing the world as poopy, like apocalyptics, you have a belief that's telling you that. You see nothing but sunshine and rainbows, no matter where you are, you have a belief that's telling you that's true. We all could be looking at the same thing based on our belief. We'll see the world a different way. That's just the way the brain works. If what you want is not aligned with what you believe, it won't happen. Can't. So you can either go by what you believe or go by what you want and align the belief with what you want. A lot of times they're in a decision, I'm doing it, and you're like, great, and it's so far away. Crap. Okay? In the decision though, it gives you the ability to move closer to what you want. And the way you do that is through mindset work. Taking the current belief you have now and just changing the story a little bit better, 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 until one day your mind goes to the new belief, what you want. Oh my God, that's possible. Oh my God, that's probable. Oh my God, it's done. That's how mindset works. If you want to know more, I have free resources for you, but that's how it works. I am doing nothing but pure mindset with my clients right now. And I'm investing, I double down with my coach to just do mindset, because I know that's the fastest way to bring the money. That's the fastest way to see my how. I'm still recovering from a car accident. Just 2 days ago, I slipped down the stairs and my leg went that way. Imagine your leg going that way. My knee's in a brace. No problem. Just sitting here doing my mindset. The phone's ringing, inspiration is coming. I don't have to worry about anything. Actually, I got time on my hands. Holy crap. Like, I'm not used to having time on my hands, because I've been shifting my mindset towards where I'm going. So that is the work. And if that's all you do, oh my God, money's going to drop out of the sky. People are going to come to you and say, can you do this? And you're like, let me think about that. Yeah. So mindset. I already told you the strategy. Decide, act, adjust, mindset. Take a look at what you believe, put it up against what you want. Belief, want. Oh, there's a gap. Learn how to close the gap. What you want just comes. 20 years doing this. Just comes. Some of you have known me for 20 years know it's true. You're like, how the hell did you pull that off? I'm like, just kidding. Now, last thing, skill set. Because everyone's asking me, Kim, I know, but it's a pandemic. It's tough. Like people, I'm like, just told you, decide, do. There's 3 things you have to master skill set wise. Your ability to connect authentically, communicate your message, who you are, who you work with, what's the awesome value you bring to everybody that you work with, and how can people get more of that. Connect authentically as a human being. Have you noticed no one wants to be a professional these days? No one wants to deal with the order taking. No one wants to deal with a professional pony and dog show. No, they're all done with that. They want human connection. They want a sincere opportunity to get to know you, decide if they like you, trust you. Until that happens, no one's doing anything, because they're all afraid. They're all afraid. They're like little bunnies. Okay, you start going there like, order taker Joe, I'm not buying from you. But if you say, hey, how you doing? You in there? Yeah, I'm here. Hey, you want to have a cup of coffee? Maybe. I just want to see how you're doing. I think I'm okay. Well, like, how's the kids? Let me go check. Driving me nuts. How's it being home with your spouse? Is there any place I can go? Like, yeah, me too. Oh yeah. Connection. How's your hair? Looking fun, looking fluffy. Okay. Rapport. Where are we alike? Where can we relate? Hey, now that I got a ticket, you're kind of nice. What do you do? What do you do? Oh, really? Yeah, I know people like that who need that. I'm like, maybe somebody a little bit close to me. Okay. Or, hey, you know people? I know people. Hey, do we know the same people? Synergy, right? How can we refer each other? Hey, can you help me with this? Yeah, can you help me with that? Yeah, it's like being in class when you said, oh, my mother gave me peanut butter. Oh, my mother gave me ham. Ugh. I like ham. You like peanut butter? Yeah. Hey, you want to swap? You made your new best friend that way. You made your new best friend. My mom gave me carrots. Well, you want to share? I got some chips. You want some of my chips? Yeah. We'll bag the carrots for the bunny at like the house, the school bunny. That's how relationships form. That's how the magic starts. Then you're able to communicate who you like to work with, whom you best serve, what's so cool about what you do, where can they come learn more? People start coming because you've decided who you are, you know who you serve, you're confident in your message, it all starts happening. And then you need the skill set to know when that relationship has the potential to become a resource, a referral source, or God bless us, we got a prospect. What do we do now? We listen. We put the order pencil down and say, okay, tell me more. What's working? What's not working? Where'd you get stuck? How fast you want this done? You ready for some help? Okay, you don't know what it looks like? Well, maybe if it looked like this and it looked like that, would that serve you? Yeah. Would you like to talk about working together? I think so. Okay, this is how it works. Conversion. So connect. if you've got time on your hands, you've worked on your mindset, you've already made the decision, what you need to be mastering, rinsing and repeating, adjusting, is your ability to connect, clear communication in a compelling, why I should care right now way, and learning how to move that relationship forward into a resource relationship, referral relationship, color me purple, I think we should work together relationship. And doing that every month, rinse and repeat, while getting a life, figuring out what drives you, what puts peace and joy in your heart, and making sure you're showing up to that a lot, because without that, this doesn't happen. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Questions? The genie is now done.